Exploring beyond the limits of your physical body isn't as foreign as it sounds. You already enter altered states every night in sleep. You just don't necessarily control them. If astral projection hasn't worked for you on demand, it's not because you can't do it. It's because certain fundamentals aren't aligned. Your intention could surprisingly be unclear. I had a period of time when every night on the astral, I was going and going. And then I would wake up feeling exhausted. I would have memories from that night of being on the astral and ushering beings into the light. After several nights of this, I had an Akashic Records reading that told me just to declare my working hours and what I am and am not willing to do. After that, I had no problems with these nightly adventures, and they actually became enjoyable. So, this is what I would suggest first. Declare that you are only exploring right now and that no other beings are allowed to follow you or interact with you. If it's your first time doing astral travel intentionally, this is a good place to start. The second reason you're not achieving your desired out of body experience is because you haven't set up protections that keep you safe in your travels. A lot of the scary stories about astral travel exist because people try to force the experience without feeling safe in their body first. So instead of fighting fear, we start by creating protection. And you can do that yourself with some basic energy hygiene. By far, the easiest way to protect yourself on the astral is to enter through a monitored portal first. They are guarded by three high vibrational beings, and only those in the light and working for the light can enter. That means your astral experience is going to be safe. If you want a detailed lesson on this technique, I offer free energy hygiene. So just send me a message and we'll have a quick chat about it. So that leaves us at the third step, just before we actually leave the body: awareness. What I'm talking about here might be different from what you're thinking. When I say awareness, I'm talking about raising your vibration. Become aware of who you truly are and what you are here to do. Why are you using your time and energy to learn to have a purposeful out of body? Do you just want to do something cool that you read about? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying be clear and honest about it. What level of awareness are you at right now? Higher awareness and therefore higher vibration comes hand in hand with compassion. And this means that you are someone who has done a great deal of introspection and shadow work, someone who has a coming to God moment or a spiritual awakening, so to speak, and has made strides in living in that space. The main work is in being compassionate with yourself. Are you kind to yourself when you make errors, or do you talk mean to yourself? Think deeply about this, and here's why. Because the astral plane is the realm of thoughts, emotions, consciousness, and dreams. If any of these are out of balance, your experience will be too. So you must have your house in order. Let's look at thoughts first. You can't hide from your hangups in the astral. That energy will find you swiftly. The things that annoy or trigger you in others are almost always things that you don't have much compassion for in yourself yet. So, for example, if we have not yet accepted that we have our own passive aggression in certain scenarios, yet we can easily point it out about someone else who has it, we will notice a lot of that same thing around us, and we will have a very hard time with it. So, likewise, we will surely encounter an equivalent energy on the astral. Your thoughts are infinitely more powerful on the astral than here on earth. You may have heard stories about how someone was gently floating along in another universe when, for a split second, they remembered that they were also physical, and then boom, they're back in their body. Yeah, that's how powerful thoughts are. Emotions are three part. They are part feelings, part physiological, like your heart racing or feeling the chills, and part action, like speaking up for yourself or yelling out angrily. So, if you haven't addressed your inappropriate reactions to emotional triggers, then you may not have an experience that is in your highest and best interest. On the astral, you may react to something and inappropriately take action that hurts another being or yourself. Something common I've seen from people's dreams after they've had an astral projection is that they see someone in that dimension and perceive them as a threat, but they were really just projecting their own internal fears and unresolved emotions onto that being or situation that they encountered. I'm just telling you this because ultimately I want you to feel encouraged about astral travel. And I'm well aware that many people who still have a lot to do on emotions have had an out of body experience, yet it's been a beautiful experience. Look at it from this perspective. You are planning to leave your body, which is a component of a near death experience, then think about this as being a post death experience. So I don't know about you, but when I die, I want to have worked through emotional triggers and any judgments that I have. I want to enter into this space as clean a slate as possible. That's why I do so much shadow work. We have the best opportunity right now to do the inner work. Shadow work doesn't lower your vibration in any way. Having a healthy perspective of who you are inside, not just focusing on how it looks outside, is the best thing you can do for raising your awareness level and creating a successful astral projection experience for yourself. The need to raise your vibration is why you might have heard that meditation is a gateway into the astral, and indeed it is. I've read stories about people sitting in churches and temples and spontaneously popping into the astral. I remember going into a Monroe Institute meditation room at the Conscious Life Expo where they were trying out a new mix of frequencies. And wow, I went into space. I only came back because the session was ending. Speaking of that, Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe. I've done his way of leaving the body several times. I just found that I had to practice it so much that I was always just looking for an easier way. But I encourage you to explore many different techniques like I have. Dreams are by far the easiest way to access the astral plane. But remember what I said about awareness or vibration. When we are in the dream state, we are typically at the mercy of our default thoughts and emotions, which means we will experience triggers that could cause improper responses by our dream body. But these dreams also give us the opportunity to respond differently. So we want to get to the point where we choose differently in our dream. And this is where shadow work combined with dream work is so important. I mean, that's what I specialize in. That's how important I find it. Based on thousands of dreams that I've looked at from many different people, I tend to believe that some dreams are actually memories from the astral plane, even if we didn't intend to go to the astral. Others say astral travel is distinguished from dreaming by the conscious intent to embark on the travel and the vividness of the experience. So here we are back at talking about intent. Now, if you become lucid and consciously move yourself through the astral, explore and enjoy. But I say the ultimate learning experience comes from being secure enough in your vibration that you can allow yourself to go into a dream fully asleep and then begin astral travel. If you've had an astral memory like that, I'd love to see it in the comments. My favorite OBEs are of this variety. like when I'm swimming through the air, touching down periodically because I can, and then bouncing way up high to see the treetops pass by. In these dreams, I remember every second of the experience. And the colors are vivid green. People are cooperative and loving. Everyone is enjoying the beauty of breaking the dream realm surface. Okay, now you're ready. If you're intentional, protected, and aware, nothing is wandering in if you're behind that monitored portal. Does that mean you won't see anything that you think is scary? Oh no, it most certainly does not. You will see some wild things on the astral, and I definitely want to hear about them too. So comment away. If you want to get on the astral from dreams like I do, you may need to do some dream coaching with me first to get prepared for that. But if you've done inner work, you can astral travel. Here's my favorite way to astral project on demand, and it works every time I do it. Use a binaural beat track that puts you in a hypnagogic state. Make sure the track is about 60 to 120 minutes long, as you may need a long stretch to really get you into that perfect state. Avoid any guided tracks, as you want to be very present in your own energy. The track is best if it contains alpha, theta, and delta, but it's actually not necessary. It just helps. Do this when you don't have other distractions. Silence your phone and place it face down in case the screen lights up, and do it in a place where it's really comfortable. You want all your bodily needs cared for first so that your body can feel good and ready to relax. Now, listen to the track with headphones on. I'm always lying on my back, and just allow yourself to relax into the sounds. Allow your body to sync with the vibrations in your ears from the frequencies coming in. This just means let it take time, let it be natural. You leave your body when your body is ready, not when you force it or imagine something. One last step. As you're lying there on your back, eyes closed, coming into coherence with the incoming sounds, gently roll your eyes slightly back towards your third eye, that space between your brows. Don't push it or try to see something special, just be gentle. You also don't have to maintain this for long. If you do it a few times, your eyes have already started looking within in the non physical sense. Another part of you has taken over. Again, none of this should be hard or require much effort. Be soft with yourself and your movements, flow and allow deeper and deeper into relaxation. At this point, you are likely to start seeing little visions, hearing or feeling something independent of what your brain might have been doing before you started the work. This is the beginning. Roll with it. Let it be like these visions are around you now. You are in their field, and the rest, it is yours. Enjoy.